One of the core themes for Kanki's character is classism, or more specifically, rage directed at the middle class. We see this in Kanki's backstory as it is fleshed out more, that he isn't angered by those at the top such as Sei, but rather by those bastard bystanders in the middle. Kanki without a doubt believes with all his heart that there only stands one thing needed for evil to triumph, and that is for good people to do nothing. He considers those in the middle class who exude apathy to be a greater evil than any misdeed that could or is committed by the upper class. This is definitely a position that might bamboozle a lot of people when first hearing it, but the fact of the matter is, even though the upper class indeed are responsible for creating the systems that oppress those in the lower class or these minority groups, these systems would not survive without the support of those in the middle, whether it be direct or indirect. In other words, Kanki already expects those at the top to be complete assholes, which is why it is pointless in trying to convince otherwise. And so his true rage and anger is pointed at those in the middle who would not bat an eye and turned a blind eye to the meddling of these assholes. Coupling this herd mentality with often the largest numbers out of all three classes, it actually hinders Kanki from pursuing justice, or in his eyes, whatever heroics he's trying to achieve. Moving on, it is quite funny when Kocho during his bout with Kanki inferred him to be inferior, due to not knowing true pain, damn well not knowing everything he's been through. Though in the end, Kocho met quite the pathetic defeat, quite literally living as one of those in the middle who would much rather sit on his ass and do nothing else in life, even though his very own king of Shao is a piece of crap. Conversely, Kanki on multiple occasions is shown to have not lost the spark in his eyes. But wait, what's this? Kanki, the darkest person on the planet, has light? Yes, this is true. Though we didn't always know this, we find out that Kanki has always been trying to protect his beloved Saki clan, and chose to sacrifice himself for his family to live on, and live fruitful lives. What's even funnier is that Kanki in his last moments may have indeed proved to be some type of response to Choto's words. He indeed embodied what Choto said about a great general, who never shows his back and flees. Thus, Kanki may have well and truly captured the essence of what it means to be a great general, dare I say of the heavens, dying a worthy death. Some would even say his death may have paralleled with the likes of Oki at the end of the Battle of Baiyo. In the same way Oki pushed To and his army to live on, so too did Kanki push Marin and his own family to live on. Both armies raged like no tomorrow before each respective general's death, and both Kanki and Oki passed with the heavenly light shining upon them. Ultimately, at heart, Kanki truly was an idealistic man, maybe quite the tragic hero, though it's hard to defend his diabolical activities. Nonetheless, everything he did was for Shio and the Saki family that took him in with open arms. In his own Kanki way, he lived out of compassion for this newfound family, and this was simply his reaction to their suffering. But with this, sadly, it is time to say goodbye to our beloved beheader.